Yo, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, what's good, what's good, what's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy, the dating game. What's good, what's good? Okay, I hear myself a little clearer now. Man. Hold on. Let me turn this shit down so I can make sure all my shit is right. Man, oh my goodness. So what's popping, people? Man, what's going on? Corey Green in the building, April MC in the building. What's going on, girl? True Savage up in here early. What's popping? So yeah, man, I just wanted to do this stream real quick. It's not gonna be too long because we got the stream tonight. Me and Miles gonna go in tonight. But shout out to everybody in the chats and all that other good stuff. But Joe Blast was popping, bro. Well, before we get into all of the stuff. Let me go do this real quick.
Everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cujo, you'd be 6'8", you know, have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right, we back. What's good? Get these, try to get these phone lines open real quick.
Press 1 to hear.
Your show is scheduled to start in 32 seconds.
Open. Shout out to everybody tuning in. What's popping? So, AT in the chat, Navin, Fabian K, My Fit Journey. What's going on? So what's popping? So today's title: Why some women should be used just for sex. Right now. This is the thing is very important.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
Right,
4,
doing this thing.
3, 2,
all right, so the phone lines is open right now. We're talking about this topic of why some women should only be used for sex, right? You got to understand something. See, there are going to be some women that you deal with who you really shouldn't be doing, you understand, like other things with besides sex, right? So when we talk about you guys vetting a woman, when we talk about you guys like adding a woman to your program, all that other stuff, right? What happens is that we're talking about that in the sense of in general, we're talking about that in the sense of you dealing with a woman you're going to be continuing to deal with on a different level, like a relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, is moving towards that type of energy. You understand what I'm saying? But what you got to understand is that there are going to be some girls who you should just have sex with. You understand? Like you should just have sex with, and that's it. Now, who are these type of women that you should just have sex with? Right now, what you got to understand is this. There are going to be some women that you deal with that you're going to notice that all they will really be good for you in your situation is sex, right? So what happens is that you're going to have a girl who you notice that doesn't really, who's not really coachable, for example. Or you're going to have a girl who, she just doesn't really take direction well when it comes to dealing with you. You understand? You're going to have a chick who you can tell she's like very irresponsible. And because she doesn't take direction and because she's not coachable, there is no point in really even like taking her seriously. You understand? So this type of woman is the type of woman that you're just going to have sex with. You understand? Now, this is the thing. So Cold Steel said, why have sex with a woman that you don't like? No, you like her for sex, meaning the sex is good. You have a good time having sex. She gives a good head. The pussy's good. Everything is great as far as the sex is concerned. Everything else outside of that is trash. You understand? Everything outside of that is trash. So now with this girl, you can just utilize her as a woman that you're going to have sex with. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is a lot of times guys make the mistake of dealing with a girl who should just be utilized for sex and try to get her for other things. Meaning they're like, okay, well, I'm going to try to, add this girl to my program. But let's say the girl's irresponsible. Let's say the girl is, all over the place. You don't really want a chick like that too much in your life. And when I say, some women are just used for sex, these are women that you can just have sex with one time. A girl you can have sex with a few times and keep it moving, right? Or a girl that you just designate for a fuck buddy. You understand? So you can have a chick who you meet, you at a bar, at a club or whatever, you chilling with her, you talking to her, you're like, man, this chick, she on some bullshit, right? But she bad. So, she look good. We flirting and she trying to get it in. And you want to get it in. Now, you get it in that night, you smash, and then you're like, you know what? I'm good. And then you keep it pushing, right? And there's nothing wrong with that. And the thing is that it's better to do that than to recognize and realize that this chick will be a headache and try to take her on in your life. You understand what I'm saying? So you have to be able to discern which girls you should just be using for sex and which girls you can utilize for other things outside of sex. You can still have sex with those girls, but utilize them for also other things outside of sex. Now, another reason why some girls you just want to use for sex is because there are certain girls that when you try to upgrade them and do other things with them and do other non-sexual things with them, right? What's going to happen is that the non-sexual things that you're doing, and shout out to ARC because ARC talks about non-sexual attention. When you're doing non-sexual things with women that don't deserve non-sexual things, what's going to happen is that she's going to feel more important than she needs to be to you in the relationship that y'all have. So let's say you have a girl who's a fuck buddy, right? Yep, she's just a fuck buddy. And you hitting it maybe once every 2 weeks. You understand? Because this is just your fuck buddy. But you know that this woman wouldn't make a good girlfriend because she's all over the place. You know this isn't the type of chick you really want to be dealing with too much because she's irresponsible. You're not going to add her into your program or have her help you. You're not going to get her to help you with your business. You're not going to require her to do anything. You understand what I'm saying? Because you notice that she's not that type of chick that you need to be giving that energy to. So now what happens is if you give that energy to that woman, right? What's going to happen is that she is going to fuck up the actual sexual situation that y'all have. Because the main good thing about the situation you have with her is a sex thing. It's your fuck buddy. So now what happens is that if you see that chick who is the fuck buddy isn't going to be beneficial to you in any other aspect of your life, keep her as the fuck buddy. You understand? So every girl doesn't need to be upgraded and every girl does not need to be vetted for a relationship. You understand? Now, you still want to vet a girl for a fuck buddy situation, or you still want to vet girls even when you're just fucking them. You want to say, okay, is this the type of chick that I can have as a fuck buddy, or a chick that I'm just fucking, even if it's a one-night stand, a chick you're gonna fuck for a few times, or a fuck buddy situation. So even on the Bad Boy membership, I have a whole program called Don't Have Sex With Her. So I talk about the types of girls you should never have sex with, right? So there are certain girls you should never have sex with, but then there are certain girls that you should have sex with, but that's it. You understand what I'm saying? So there's girls that you should have sex with, but that's it. You see what I'm saying? Nothing more than sex. And see, when I say that there's girls that you should just use for sex, what I mean is that there isn't necessarily a specific girl who's like that or specific girls who's like that. So let me break that down. So when I say this, some guys might think, okay, well, this girl, Sherry over here, she's just good for sex for everybody. No. Sherry might just be good for sex for you. You understand? Sherry might be good for more than sex for another guy. You understand? So it's not a specific, type of girl specifically like, oh yeah, there's this girl at my school, Angela, and Angela, she's just sex material and that's it. And no. She can be sex material for you. Now, the reason why I say for you specifically, shout out 707 was popping. When I say for you specifically, what that means is, let's say you have this girl, Sherry, and Sherry don't listen to nothing you say. Meaning as far as like, she's not adhering to your program. She ain't really trying to she got a little attitude with you. You understand what I'm saying? When she first started talking to you, right? But she want to fuck you though. She want to suck your dick. So you say, you know what? Sherry ain't really about shit. So I'm going to just, I'll just fuck her a few times and keep it pushing. Right? But then I meet Sherry and Sherry's super cooperative. Sherry listens to what the fuck I say. Right? And Sherry is doing the things that I'm telling her to do. Right? So what happens is, to me, I can utilize Sherry for more than just sex. You can't utilize Sherry for more than just sex because she ain't really listening to you like that. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand what the chick is to you. How is she towards you? Because this is the thing. There's only a certain level of cooperation you really need from a chick that you're smashing. You understand? You still need some cooperation. You don't want to smash no chick who's a complete bitch and who acts fucking crazy and who has mental issues. You don't even want to touch those women. You want to steer clear of those women, period. Right? But there are certain girls where you're like, okay, she's cute. She's hot. I'm sexually attracted to her. She's sexually attracted to me. She wants to fuck. I want to fuck. So we could get the fuck on. You understand what I'm saying? So we could do that. We could do it. But after that, we're done. Meaning there's going to be nothing more than this. And you have to understand the type of chicks who are those type of chicks. Some women should not be involved in your life like that beyond sex. You understand? So some women should not be involved in your life beyond sex. And those are the women that you utilize for sex. And that's it. Now, how much sex you want to have with her, that's on you. Right? The type of sexual situation y'all have, that's how you create it how you want to create it. You understand? But understand that you should not be upgrading certain women, you understand what I'm saying, to a certain level if they're just used for sex. You said, how could I manage my ego when interacting with females I want to make something happen with? This fucking ego is the enemy. Well, this is the thing, man. It's just, just in general, you got to understand that, or not take shit personally, but also, not get too cocky about when shit happens. You understand? So a lot of times dudes get too cocky when shit be popping off with women. They're like, yeah, I'm the man. Look at the shit I got popping off, whatever. Right? And on the flip side, they feel a certain type of way when shit don't work out or shit don't happen the way they want it to happen. You understand? And then so they feel upset, depressed, angry when shit don't happen the way they want it to happen. You understand? So, you just gotta sort of manage your expectations, but don't make it too much about making it a personal thing a lot of times. That's why dudes be scared to approach women. Because they're like, I don't want to get rejected. I'm going to feel embarrassed. And this and that. And people looking at me, You understand? They all up in their ego. You see what I'm saying? But guys, if you have any questions, put a Q in the chat. And we'll get to some of your questions and all that. If you want to call up, you guys can call up. 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. So I'm not going to be in here too long. You feel what I'm saying? So, make sure you guys get that shit cracking. Hold on, what's Valencia? You said, why did this nigga send me this link back in the dating world after 18 years? And if how you guys are then being single, tight, and right with God, it is. What happened? What? Valencia, you got to call up. I don't understand the word you said. So like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Valencia? You said, how long am I going to be on? I'm only going to be on here less than an hour, probably like 45 minutes. So if you guys want to call in. If you have questions, put the Q in the chat and we will get that shit cracking. But yeah, the thing is, you guys, because I don't want you guys to get confused and think that a chick that's your fuck buddy or a chick that you just are using in a situation for sex needs to be upgraded. You understand? Because a lot of guys, they're like, they're under the impression, or I should say this, a lot of people put sex on a pedestal so much that they don't know how to separate the act of sex from other parts of a relationship. You understand? They don't know how to separate that shit. So then what happens is a guy starts having sex with a woman. He likes the sex, but he's like, I don't really like her like that, but I feel like I should, be doing some other shit also. You feel me? But he doesn't need to be doing that type of shit. So I want you guys to not fall into that mindset. All right, so guys, call the numbers 516-387-1224, 516-387-1224. Make sure you hit that donate button at the top. Let's go to 845. 845, what's popping? Who this?
Hello?
Hello, what's popping? Who's this?
This is Valencia.
Valencia. So what were you asking?
I wasn't really asking a question. It's just my friend sent me this link. I'm just like, why would he send me this link? Because I'm coming back into the dating world after 18 years with with my ex. So, I've been, locked in since I was 19. I'm sitting here like the wave of the world and how relationships are and how people are right now. And I think it's just really gross.
Why do you think it's gross? Why do you think it's gross?
Because why would you guys utilize women just for sex? I mean, are they okay with being utilized with, just for that? Like, is that how the way these women are nowadays?
Yeah, sometimes. Like, well, let me ask you this. Let's say, okay, let's say, like a guy he sees a girl he's attracted to, but he doesn't want a relationship, right? Like he doesn't want a relationship. He doesn't want her to be his girlfriend, nothing. But he's attracted to her, so he wants to have sex with her. Wouldn't it be better for him to tell her, hey, listen, I want to just hook up and let's have some sex and have some fun and just leave it at that? Wouldn't it be better for him to say that than to pretend he wants something and lie to her and act like he's all feeling her and then he has sex with her and he just like tosses her to the side?
Yeah, it would be better to be upfront,
right,
in the beginning. But it just didn't seem that's what you were insinuating. It was just like, yeah, we'll just use her for sex. You can't upgrade her, because that's what she's for. It's just like,
no, I'm just saying because.
But I guess if you tell her,
right? Because all I'm saying. So you say you've been in a relationship since you was like 19.
Yeah, I'm going on 38.
And so you've been like in a long-term committed relationship. Were you married or were you like just boyfriend girl? What was the situation?
No, engaged like twice. It's just we just couldn't get it together.
Oh wow, man, damn, that's crazy. And so you come in, so you like freshly new back in the game, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Valencia, I got some bad news for you. I got some bad news for you. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Be prepared to deal with a lot of bitch ass niggas. That's all I'm gonna say to you right now. Just be prepared.
That is crazy. That's why I said I'd rather just stay single, right, and tight, and just be with God, man. Because if that's how it's gonna be, I don't want to deal with that. That's not fair.
No, you ain't got to be single. But the thing is, you gotta be very. You have to be very aware of the type of dudes you're dealing with, because a lot of dudes out here nowadays, right? They gonna want to fuck you, but they gonna pretend they don't want to fuck you, and then you gonna start thinking like, oh, this guy really likes me. He really wants something special with me, and then he gonna have sex with you. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be sounding like this. You know what I mean? You're gonna be making all these noises and shit in the bedroom, and then right after he's done smashing, you feel what I'm saying? He gonna look at you and he gonna say this.
Get the fuck out of here!
That's what he gonna say.
Get the fuck out of here!
That's how these guys do. So you gotta make sure.
Oh my God.
You gotta make sure that you're dealing with a guy who's honest. You know what I'm saying? Just you gotta just look out for the honest guys. That's all I'm saying. That's what you got to look out for. You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, good luck to you though. You know what I'm saying? I hope you don't get too crazy for you. But I'm just saying, just be very aware. You know what I mean? I would say when you talk to these guys, just like you be honest with them, so that you could lower their defenses and they'll be honest with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you got your advice.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll give you one thing you can say to guys when you go on dates, right? Or you get with guys. Like, let me ask you this. If you let's say you on a date with a dude, right? And he already has a girl and he already has a girlfriend or wife, right? How would that make you feel? But he doesn't tell you. He's like pretending he's single. How would that make you feel?
I feel disrespected.
Okay, cool. So now,
to be honest with you, I feel disrespected. Yeah.
Right. So now, this is what I want you to do when you go on dates with these guys. Right. I want you to say to them. I want you to say, "Hey, listen." I want you to ask them, "Hey, do you have a girlfriend or a wife?" Right. And if they do, most of them are going to lie and say no. Right. And so what you say to them is this: after they say no, be like, "Listen. Just be honest with me. I don't care if you have a girlfriend or wife. I just want to know. I just want you to be upfront. Like, we could still kick it. I just want to know, right?" And then he's going to say yes. And then as soon as he say yes, then you just keep it moving on his ass. You understand what I'm saying? That's how you get the truth. That's how you get the truth out of these niggas. You feel what I'm saying? You got to do that.
Right.
So I'll tell you, you should definitely try to make that happen. You feel what I mean? But good luck to you, man. And I appreciate you calling in. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Mahalo. Peace.
All right. Bye.
Man.
Bye.
Valencia got a hard road ahead of her, man. Oh my God. I'll be feeling bad for people that have been in relationships for a long ass time. And they come back out here in these streets. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy. Guys, calling number is 516-387-1224. 516-387-1224 is the number. So, my dude Owalbi said, question, at one point, do you disclose you're non-monogamous to other girls that aren't your main shorty? Tell them from jump or after a couple of times of consistent smashing. What is the thing? Here's the thing. I personally will tell a chick from the rip. You understand that, that I'm not monogamous, right? Because I want the situation to start off where she knows what's popping, right? Now, and on top of that, I have a wife and a girlfriend, right? So that's the type of shit I want them to know before they would even try to make anything happen. Now, for you guys out there, let's say if you are non-monogamous, and let's say you have a girlfriend, or you might not have a girlfriend, but you live a non-monogamous lifestyle, right? I would say when you are first on a date and shit with a chick, right? A lot of times, I don't even think it's necessary for you to really bring that up, too quick. You understand what I'm saying? So and the reason why I say that is because what happens is that unfortunately, and this happened to me a few times, right? This happened to me a few times where I'd meet chicks and I'd be like, yeah, I'm non-monogamous or whatever. And all of a sudden, like just automatically, they just fuck up the situation. You understand what I'm saying? They fuck up the situation. Meaning, because in their mind, they're like, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do that. Now, what's funny is there were times where I met women, right? And I randomly, like at the bar, at the club, whatever, and I'm just kicking it with them, chilling. We end up hooking up and probably hooking up a few times and having a good time and all this other stuff. And the whole time I didn't tell them that I had a wife. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't tell them. Now, the reason why I didn't tell them, because it wasn't none of their business. You understand what I'm saying? So for example, there was one chick that and the funny part is I had my ring on the whole time. You understand what I'm saying? I guess they just, and it was weird as women are so fucking tricky. Some women, they notice, and for some reason, some other women don't notice, or they did notice, but they were trying to pretend they didn't notice. You understand? But either way, there were certain girls where I hooked up with them, and after I hooked up with them, they were like, oh shit, you have a ring? Oh, what's up with that? And what's going on? I'm like, yeah, I'm non-monogamous. I got a wife, right? So, and I remember this was even before I had a girlfriend. This was like years ago. And this happened a few times. So I meet a girl, we hook up, right? Then after the fact, you know what she says to me? And I've heard this on plenty of occasions. They'll say, oh, if I knew that you had a wife, I wouldn't have hooked up with you. I'm like, really? And I'm like, well, wait a second. Didn't you have a good time? She's like, well, yeah, the sex was good. Oh yeah, well, I like you. So I mean, okay, so you like me and the sex is good. You had a good time. So basically, what you're saying is that you would have fucked up this good time because of some shit that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. You understand what I'm saying? So a lot of times, what happens is that, and I'm not telling you to lie to them. I'm telling you that you don't necessarily need to let them know unless you are trying to put them into your situation. So what does that mean? That means if you're a guy who's non-monogamous, the point where you're trying to actually put the woman in your situation, that's when you need to tell them. But before that, you don't necessarily need to tell them. You telling them is a courtesy to them. So when I tell women, that's a courtesy to them. I don't really need to tell these women. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's something that's going on in my private life that has nothing to do with them. You understand what I'm saying? So there's a difference between lying and just not disclosing certain information that has nothing to do with them. See, I remember I was having a discussion with this woman about this. She was like, oh, but, you know, the girl should know because yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, well, so should guys know all of the guys you're dating when they first go on a date with you? Do you disclose that information? Do you disclose how many guys you've been fucking this past week when we go on? You understand what I'm saying? So that information has nothing to do with that guy. Just like the information that I have has nothing to do with you and me at this juncture. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, you know, a lot of times because of their own mindset of where they expect the relationship to go, right? They have their own agenda and they feel like they need to hear or know that information because of their agenda. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go to 678 real quick. 678. 678.
Hey,
What's poppin'?
Locario, this Cam. I donated.
Appreciate the donation, my brother.
Hey, so
What's going
the question I have is, I just got on the Backwood membership and I bought your book, How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, and
That's
some really good stuff on there. So the real simple question. The question is, do you recommend? Because I'm brand new in the game. So do you recommend that I practice the rules and guidelines that you have set out on the programs and in your book, so I can get it down before I go out there and practice it with women that I talk to?
No,
or
you should
do you
no.
just recommend that just go out there?
Go out now. Go out right now. As you're on this call, get your ass outside and do what you got to. You're right. Don't wait until you study this shit. You understand what I'm saying? You should do it as you're studying it. You see what I'm saying? It should happen simultaneously. Because what it is that you actually learn better if you're doing it at the same time. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is that if you're studying it but you're not taking action, right? You'll learn certain things, but you learn better as you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? Because the funny part is when you're doing it, the stuff that you're learning actually hits different. Like you actually understand it better. You see what I'm saying? So your level of understanding of the things that you're reading or listening to is going to be at a higher level and stick more if you're actually out there interacting with the women. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So don't wait. Like do it all. And what's going to happen is that while you're doing it, you'll probably are going to do certain things that you'll realize are mistakes. You understand? After you start learning why they're a mistake. But it's good that you make the mistake, because then now it's going to hit different. You understand what I'm saying? Because you've already made the mistake. You see what I mean? So see, if you just read like, hey, doing this kind of sucks when you're dealing with women, right? You might read it and be like, okay, yeah, I get that, right? But then what's going to happen is that because you haven't been out in the field, you'll probably make the mistake anyway, because your emotions are going to get caught in the situation, which is going to cause you to make the mistake. But what I say to do is go out there. You probably make the mistake anyway, because your emotion is going to get you to do that. And then once you read, oh yeah, I remember I did this shit. Now I realize that this isn't the right move, because when I did this shit happened these other few times. So, okay, yeah, now I get why I shouldn't do this. You see what I'm saying? But that only happens or sticks more because you're actually out there doing it. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that makes the perfect sense. Yeah.
All right. You got any other questions?
That's all right.
All right, my brother. Appreciate your call, man. Appreciate the call, man. I'm hollering. Peace.
Thank you.
All right. So, guys, the call-in number is 516-387-1224. 516-387-1224. 1224 is the number. Shout out to my dude, Mr. Justin, Coach Justin in the building, the Alpha Evolution. He said, I tell him what's up after I decided I want to continue seeing a girl. Facts. That's what I'm saying. Listen, guys, if you guys are like, if any of y'all are non-monogamous or you guys are out there dating a bunch of girls and you're doing what you're doing, right? You don't have to reveal all this information to women. You don't. It's none of their business. You understand what I'm saying? It is none of their business. The only thing is you don't want to lie. So you don't want to be like, yeah, I'm not seeing anybody. Like, you don't want to be on that shit. You understand? So you gotta understand that shit. Because listen, when you guys first meet women and you're on a date with them, that woman is all this shit happening in her life that you don't know, which is none of your business at this point. You understand? And vice versa. So you gotta understand that aspect. The problem is people have their own agendas, right? And they want to put their agenda. So a woman might want to put her agenda on you. You understand? So what happens is that sometimes when you say too much, right? That's what causes her to fall back, and then it fucks up the situation. You understand what I'm saying? Zuel, you said, wait, didn't you say you shouldn't lie to women? Why should you lie to some women? Bruh. I just said, don't lie to them. I said that you don't have to disclose all the information. You understand? When you're leaving out information, that does not mean you're lying. You understand what I'm saying? So if let's say, for example, you're hooking up with two girls, right? And you go on a date with some other girl tomorrow, right? And y'all are chilling, y'all are going back and forth, right? Y'all are interacting with each other, you're having a good time. And let's say this girl doesn't ask you anything about any other women. She didn't mention that, nothing. You don't have to sit there and say, oh, by the way, I just have to let you know that I'm actually talking to and having sex with two other women. You don't got to do that. You understand what I'm saying? Exactly. Alpha Evolution said, just because I don't tell you I have 20,000 in the bank doesn't mean I'm lying. Exactly. So if a random person comes up to me in the street and says, hey, what's your medical situation? I'm supposed to just tell them, like, just because they asked me? No, that's none of your business. If I'm on a first date with a woman, the things that I'm doing with other women in my life is none of her business. It's none of her business. I might never see this woman again after this first date. Why do I need to be? See, the only thing that needs to be disclosed when you're first interacting with people is what's relevant to the situation right now. So let's say, for example, like for me, let's say I'm a non-monogamous dude, right? And I have women that I'm with, right? And let's say I'm talking to a girl, right? And let's say I see her and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'd have sex with her. And this goes with the topic. I just want to have sex with her, right? Now, like I said, me personally, I just let women know. And the reason why I just let women know is because what'll happen sometimes too is that women will project their fantasies on the guy, meaning like, oh, he could be my next boyfriend, he could be this, he could be that, whatever. So I'll let a chick know, listen, I ain't gonna be your next boyfriend. I got a wife, I got a girlfriend, fuck out of here. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's me personally. But for you guys in general, even if you're not non-monogamous, even if you're just dating around and you're messing with other girls, right? You don't have to disclose that information. Now, if the girl asks you, you don't want to lie and say you're not. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't say you're not if you are, but you still don't have to talk about it. So, for example, a girl could say, yo, are you seeing other women? Right? And you can say, listen, I don't really want to talk about that. That's it. I didn't lie to her. I didn't say I'm not seeing any other women. I'm just saying I'm not talking about that. Well, that's personal. I don't really want to talk about things going on. That has nothing to do with you. We don't need to talk about that. You understand? Or she's like, you seeing other women? What do you think? You think I'm seeing other women? A guy as fly as me, do you think I'm seeing other women? Well, yeah, I guess. Okay, well, I mean, that's what you think. You understand? But we ain't got to discuss that. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's none of her business. None of her business. You see what I'm saying? Now, if I'm about to have sex with a woman, right? And she says, hey, do you get checked out? Do you have any STDs? Now, that's something we can discuss because that has something to do with her because I'm about to stick my dick in her. You see what I'm saying? But the other stuff about some other girl that I'm dating or seeing, that has nothing to do with this woman that I'm on a date with right now on this first date. Nothing. You see what I'm saying? That's the thing. So you don't gotta fucking listen. You do not owe these women, telling them the information about what's going on in your life. No, it ain't happening like that. I mean, where does it stop? Should I tell her, that I like to jack off to fucking BDSM porn? Should I tell her that I like to play anime at midnight? Should I tell her that, when I take a shit, you understand? Like, I gotta put water on the tissue to wipe my ass because I got hemorrhoids. Like what else do I need to tell this woman at this juncture? You understand what I'm saying? Like, where does it stop? Oh, by the way, I just have to mention, last night when I was sleeping, I had a nightmare. I woke up in a cold sweat, and then I had to go to the bathroom, and I wiped my brow because, and I just have to be honest with you and tell you that, and then when I was on my way back to my room, since it was dark, I hit my toe, and then I would, my foot hurt. And then after that, I woke up like early around 6 o'clock. I had a egg sandwich. And then I was thinking about my goals for the day. And also, I actually watched the show on Netflix. And then I sneezed at 4:55, p.m. And, right before I got here, I ran into an old friend. Like I'm supposed to tell her everything that's going on in life. You understand? You lied because you didn't tell me about this thing. Oh, really? 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 Because I didn't tell you about the girl that I'm fucking, but I also didn't tell you that I put salt and pepper on my popcorn last night when I was watching a movie and eating popcorn. Instead, I also didn't tell you that, I was scratching my ass because my ass was itching, right before I came here. You understand? I also didn't tell you that, a close family member died the other day. Like what? Like, why do I need to tell a woman all this shit that has nothing to do with her? Huh? You see what I'm saying? Like, what do we got? What are we talking about? You see what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a difference between lying and not disclosing certain information. You see what I'm saying? It's two different things. What I'm saying is don't lie. Don't pretend or act like, something that is happening isn't, because that's lying. And also you have to understand and notice and recognize if something is relevant to the situation. Like, is it relevant to the situation? No? Then we don't need to talk about that. Because ain't no way in hell ain't no way in hell the women that you date are going to tell you what the fuck is going on with them. They ain't telling you that shit. You think you're going to be on a date with a woman and she's going to be like, oh, actually, by the way, you know what? I just got to mention that right before I came here, I was sucking some dick. And, you know, like I gagged on it and I kind of vomited on the guy's dick. And because I'm a freaky bitch, I slurped up the vomit and licked his balls at the same time. But you know, I did wash my mouth out with some scope, and now I'm here. So how's everything going? Really? They ain't gonna tell you that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna tell you that shit. They're not gonna tell you that the niggas, they're not gonna be like, oh, actually, by the way, you know what? There's a guy that I'm dealing with who pays my bills. There's another guy who takes me out to dinner. There's another guy that I talk on the phone with for hours for validation. He's not gonna tell you all that shit. Oh, and from time to time, my ex-boyfriend comes and fucks the shit out of me. They're not telling you that shit. You see what I'm saying? And guess what? None of that has nothing to do with you at this moment. You see what I'm saying? AT said a woman I'm hooking up with asked me the names of the other women I'm seeing. I told her, don't worry about all that. Women try to make it as if you should give them the names, address, and social security number. Exactly. I'm like, that's none of your business. None of your business. That's crazy. I'm telling you, man. Let me see what some of these questions are saying up here. You said, are your coaching fees on your website? Yes, they are, Thomas. Go to mr.locario.com and you can see all the coaching fees there. So are you going to have a Christmas special on the Bad Boy? Yes, we're going to have the Christmas sale, the holiday sale from December 26th up until New Year's. So make sure you guys, look out for that. You feel what I'm saying? So that's going to be popping off. Can you say, why do women feel entitled to know everything about you, but you can't know anything about them? Well, that's the game right there. That's their game. They want to know everything about you so that they can feel very safe in making their decisions based off all the shit you're saying. You understand? They're like, yes, disclose everything. Tell me everything about your existence so that I can reject you. That's how women do. You understand? And see, the problem with this is sometimes you have to save women from themselves. Unfortunately, this is how it goes. Because women, you know what's funny? See, women are cautious, which makes sense. But sometimes women are overly cautious, overly picky, and way too analytical when it comes to dealing with men. And so they fuck shit up for themselves and for the situation they could have had with the dude. So a guy with game, he understands that he has to save the woman from herself. You understand? Because what happens is you'll be dealing with a chick on a date. You could tell she's feeling you, and you're feeling her. And then she says some shit and you're like, oh Lord, she's about to fuck this whole shit up. She's about to fuck this whole shit up. She's like, so are you seeing any other women? So what if, like, where do you see this going in? Or what are your intentions? Or, what's the question? Oh, what are you looking for? Oh my God. When a woman says, "What are you looking for?" I'll be like, are you trying to fuck this date up? I'm like, are you trying to fuck this situation up already? God damn. What are you looking for? I'm looking for you to shut the fuck up and not ask me that question. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because it's just annoying. Because that question is a setup, right? For her to fuck shit up. You understand? It's a setup for her to fuck shit up. You understand? Like, next question, exactly. But that's what I'm saying, where you have to. You guys want to hear the best response to that question? You guys wanted the best response to that question? I don't know if I should give you that as a response. Yeah, I might have to go to the Bad Boy membership to get a really good response to that question, which is a very honest response. You know what I'm saying? Yes, on my do it.
Do it! Just do it!
All right. So listen, if a woman says to you, you know, what are you looking for? Right? You want to say something to the effect of this, okay? You want to say, I'm looking for somebody to spend time with that I enjoy, and I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. That's it. Looking forward to spend time with somebody I enjoy, and looking forward to see where that goes. That's it. Because that's basically what you're doing. You understand? It's not a lie. I'm looking for someone to spend time with that I enjoy. You want to spend some time with someone you enjoy. How much time? I don't know. Could be a day, could be a year, could be 10 years. I don't know. And looking forward to seeing where that goes. Next question. You understand? And see, you gotta keep it like that. Exactly. Keep it vague, because you have to save her from herself. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Because it's like, because you got to understand something. Exactly. I'm just looking for something fun and easy with some chemistry. Facts. You know what I'm saying? You know? AT said, what are your thoughts on being straightforward? When a woman asks how many women are you seeing, when I'm asked to actually tell them how many, yeah, that's cool too. You can tell a chick how many chicks you fucking with, or you can tell her ain't none of your business. The only thing you do not ever want to say is a lie. You understand what I'm saying? So if you are fucking with women, don't ever say you're not fucking with women. You understand? Because the funny part is that most of the time they're not going to believe you anyway. You understand? If you was to say that. And the funny part is that even if you weren't fucking with any other women, but you a fly dude, they still not going to believe that you're not fucking with any other women if you tell them you ain't fucking with any other women. Which is ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying? Coastal, you said a woman who respects herself wouldn't fuck with a man who isn't upfront and specific about what he wants, she might want the same thing. Well, yeah, I agree. Well, in what context are we talking about? You understand what I'm saying? In what context are we talking about? You see what I'm saying? Because what you have to understand is that, like, let's say, for example, even with that question, like, let's say that question of, so what are you looking for? Right? And let's say I'm on a date with a woman, and what I'm actually looking for is a girlfriend or marriage, or that's what I ultimately want, right? It's actually not really wise to tell her that and this is why I say that. Because just because I'm looking for that, let's say I'm actually looking for that, doesn't mean I want it with her. You understand what I'm saying? I might not want it with her. And see, and this is the funny part about when you're dealing with women and you're dating and you're doing all this stuff, right? In that situation, if I was to say, yeah, I'm looking for like a girlfriend or like actually like a long-term relationship or whatever, the woman I'm saying that to assumes I'm talking about her. You understand what I'm saying? She assumes I'm talking about her. Now, because she assumes that I'm talking about her, then that's going to make her act a certain way. Because now she's like, oh, I could be this guy's next girlfriend. So therefore, now I'm going to change or alter or do some other shit to try to get into that situation. Right? This is why a lot of times, you know, when we talked about earlier disclosing certain things, this is why sometimes it's not wise to be disclosing all this shit. You understand what I'm saying? See, like I said, personally, I will tell a woman, yo, I'm not monogamous, I got a wife, got a girlfriend. And the reason why I'm disclosing that is because I want her to be thinking that and knowing that from the jump so that she can act based off of what I just said. The problem, though, is a lot of times when you do that is she's going to act based off of what you said, right? But she might not be the chick. And you might not even know she's not going to be the chick. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't even know. You might even think this is the chick and she might not be the chick, right? And then so you're saying, yeah, you know, I'm looking for a wife and a girlfriend and somebody special. And then she's thinking, oh, that's going to be me, right? And now you chilling with this girl and you're like, this chick, she's all right. You might go on the second date with her. You're like, yeah, she's cool, but, you know, I like her, but I don't like her. Like, she's cool. I'd hit it, but, right? But now she's under the impression that you're this marriage-minded guy dating with intentions and purpose and all that other shit. And she thinks she's going to be your next wife. But now you realize she ain't going to be your next wife. You'd fuck her, but she ain't gonna be your next wife. You just want to utilize her for sex. But now that she thinks she's gonna be your next wife because you said you were looking for your girlfriend and wife, she's going to be like, you know what? I can't fuck him now. I gotta wait 3-4 days. I gotta wait. I can't give him this pussy now. I gotta wait. Because I can't let him think I'm a hoe out here in these streets because I want to be his girlfriend because that's what he's looking for and that's what I'm looking for. And then so then what happens is she makes you waiting for the sex now. You finally get the fucking sex. You understand? Y'all fucking. You fuck her maybe, 2 or 3 more times. And you start falling back because you ain't really feeling her like that. And then now what happens? Now she feels used and upset. Oh, but I thought it was this and I thought it was that. And you said you were marriage minded. Yeah, I am marriage minded, but I didn't know I wasn't gonna be feeling you like that. You ain't the one. That's what you're thinking. You understand? But see, because you told her, well, yeah, this is what I'm looking for, she assumed that she was the one. You understand? And then now niggas ain't shit and oh, niggas is liars and fucked up because you're disclosing all this information and y'all having these conversations and all these expectations are being built. And the reality sets in that this shit ain't going the way that she expected it or you expected it. But that's because you talk too goddamn much. That's because people have all these goddamn expectations and doing all that other goofy shit. You understand? Because remember, when you say certain things to women like this, they're assuming you're talking about them. And you might be thinking you're talking about them. And then later on, you realize she ain't the one. And then she realized she ain't the one. And now it's some bullshit. You understand? It's like, let's say, like, for example, let's say you had a chick, just a random chick, you know, at a bar. And this random chick comes to the bar by herself. Let's say it's like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night. She's at home chilling. She's like, I'm bored. I want to go outside and get some dick. You understand?
Dick is a gift.
Like,
it's a gift.
Like she want to go out there and get some dick, right? So she goes to the bar down the street and she's chilling there drinking her drink or whatever. Right? And some guy rolls up on her and they start talking and having a conversation. And let's say she was just honest with this nigga. And he's like, so what are you doing out here tonight? Well, actually, you know, I was just bored at home. And to be honest, I just want to get fucked tonight. Right? So now the guy is rubbing his hands like Birdman and shit. He's like, word? You trying to get fucked tonight? But she looking at this nigga like, I ain't trying to fuck you though. But the fact that she says she's trying to get fucked tonight to this guy that she's having the conversation with, he assumes that she's talking about him. You see what I'm saying? So sometimes when you say stuff, when you're interacting with these women or the woman's interacting with you, the person's going to assume you're talking about them. You understand? They're going to assume, oh, you're looking for this? Okay, cool. It's like, keep your mouth. You don't need to disclose all this shit. You see what I'm saying? It's like, yo. Oh, man. You see what I mean? So you got to be careful about how you say things, what you're saying, how people are going to interpret that shit. You see what I mean? So yeah, you want to definitely just in general, you don't want to lie to women. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to deceive women, but understand you don't need to disclose every fucking thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't need to do that shit. Man. Costa, you said if you let her know up front that you're dating multiple women and not making any promises, there shouldn't be any drama. Well, yeah, you can do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Listen, you can tell a woman, look, I just came from fucking. You can tell a woman that. You can tell a woman, yo, I got a different chick every day for every day of the week. You can tell them all of that shit. Right? And you could also tell them if they ask, I don't want to talk about that shit. It's none of your business. The only thing you shouldn't tell them is a lie. That's all I'm saying. The only thing you shouldn't say is, well, I ain't fucking with nobody. I'm just chilling out here and you know you fucking a bunch of chicks. Like, don't do that. You understand? You don't want to do that shit. And the reason why is because, again, you don't want to lie, because what you're doing is now you're doing this. You're changing up your situation and you're changing up who you are to appease the chick, technically. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I tell a chick, look, I'm fucking with all these girls. Like, let's say she asks me, hey, you seen any other women? Yeah, I'm fucking a bunch of chicks, right? I'm being honest and I'm being true to me. This is what I do. Yeah, I'm just telling you the truth. If she says, hey, you fucking a bunch of girls, I'm like, listen, that's none of your business. I don't need to tell her because it's none of her business. You see what I'm saying? So I don't need to tell her because it's none of her business. But if she says, hey, you fucking with a bunch of girls? No, I ain't fucking with nobody. That's lying. You understand what I'm saying? That's lying. Exactly. Alpha Evolution, they said they don't like the truth, but they will respect it. Facts. That's facts. That is facts. Now, let me answer some of these questions and I'm going to head up out of here. So, excuse me, King Lee said, if a woman persists, you give her details. How do you direct the conversation to something else? And this is the thing. If a woman persists on giving on you giving details, understand that that's disrespectful. You understand? Understand off rip that's disrespectful. So you want to take note of that. Like if you're like, listen, I'm not trying to talk about all that information right now. That's not relevant to us. Let's just talk about us right now and see what's popping with us. Oh, but I mean, aren't you like why don't listen? We can either talk about us or we can end this right here. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you see what I mean? So if she keeps trying to persist, understand that that's some disrespectful ass shit. All right, so John said, what do you say when she asks, what do you do for work? Oh, man. You know, it's funny. Like, depending on the context, ain't nothing wrong with that question necessarily. But sometimes, chicks ask you what you do for work because they want to know how much money you're making so they can be like, all right, let me use this nigga for his paper. But if a woman is sexually attracted to you, a lot of times she ain't gonna ask you what you're doing for work, especially if it's like a situation where you randomly met a girl. Now, if you're on a date, maybe she'll ask you that just to have conversation, just to, because she's curious about your life. But a lot of times, John said God's work, exactly. But if you're randomly talking to a chick and she's so concerned about your work, usually that means she's looking at you like, maybe this dude's a trick. Maybe I could make some shit happen off of this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So Jonathan says, now what if you in a drought and you ain't got any hoes at the moment and she asks, right? Well, if you're not fucking with anybody and you want to answer the question, be like, nah, I ain't fucking with nobody. But again, if you don't want to answer that question, listen, we ain't got to talk about that right now. You understand what I'm saying? But then again, don't lie to her and say, yeah, I got mad bitches. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't lie. That's all I'm saying. You feel me? But let me go to 412 and then I'm gonna head up out of here. 412 was popping. Who this?
Hey, what's going on, Locario? This is AT calling, man.
AT, what's good, brother? What's going on?
All right, chilling. You know, I definitely donated, of course.
Appreciate the donation. What's going on?
Man, I had a question to ask, but then the guy asking about a girl asking, what do you do? I mean, I get that literally almost every time I'm online and, talking to a girl. Do you think that also using that as a question to try to qualify you? Like, oh, okay, depending on what he does, how I'm gonna take him seriously, or we looking at you as maybe boyfriend or husband material?
Oh yeah, they're taking all of that into account. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, you know, if a chick is, because this is the thing, it's like, you can see when you're responding to women, right? It's a thing where you got to understand that they're asking you these things not just because, like, you understand what I'm saying? In a lot of cases, it's because they want to get information so that they can make the decision. And so the reason why the questions are being asked is because they haven't made a decision yet in a lot of cases, meaning they haven't made a decision yet on if they're interested. But then also what happens is this: if they haven't made a decision yet that they're interested like that, that means that they're not highly interested. Because if they was highly interested, they wouldn't ask you all them the goddamn questions. You see what I'm saying? So usually what they're doing is the more questions a woman asks you is generally the less raw, high interest she has in you. You understand? Which is why she's asking all the questions, because she's still deliberating on whether or not, you understand what I'm saying? To deal with you. You understand? That's what it is.
Right.
So she's like, I need to, because like, even my wife was telling me this when she was like, how when she would be on online dating sites, some of the guys wouldn't put their height, so then she would ask their height because she would need to know their height to know whether or not she's interested. But you see what I'm saying? That shows you right there is that she needed to know more information first before she can see if she's interested to go see the dude. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
Right. So just understand that that's the thing, you know?
Right. And then the other thing you said about where you said about, you know, you could tell a girl how many girls you're dealing with. And then as you said, because I'll tell a lot of girls, I'm just straight up. As you said, they'll think I'm lying.
Right.
Like, oh, you ain't messing with girls like that. Or, you know, they'll be like, I'm sure you're talking to other girls, because I might say 3 or 4, and it might be true in the moment. Maybe I just met 3 or 4. Nah, that's not true. That can't be true. And at that point, I'll just smile and laugh.
Right.
And let it go, but that way they can't say I lied, because I was like, I did tell you the truth. Now, whether you chose to believe it or not,
right,
that was on you.
That's facts. You know what I'm saying? But that's just, you know, chicks always trying to figure all of this shit out. And also to remember, they're trying to figure this shit out because they don't want to get hurt. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's another thing too, where they're scared of getting hurt. But remember, I always say desire and fear. If her desire overrides the fear, then she's like, fuck it. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of times the fear is her asking all these goddamn questions to assess, should I go see this guy because I don't want to get played? But what happens is that if the desire is extremely high, then she's like, yeah, I could get played, but the desire is so high that I'm willing to take the risk of being played because I'm that interested in seeing what's popping with this dude. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And last thing I wanted to ask you real quick and jump off, because I know you're going to go, is that, you know, one of the reasons I started following you is because you emulate the life that I want, you know, having a wife, girlfriend. I'm not sure I'll get married again, but doing multiple things. And since I've been divorced, because, you know, I clearly couldn't stay faithful in my marriage and relationships, I've found that now doing casual dating and dating multiple ladies, I actually function better doing it this way than when I ever tried to do it being monogamous. And, you know, the fact that you do it, and that's what drew me to your channel and your information. Can you kind of speak to that? Is that something, how do you function better that way as opposed to just being monogamous?
Yeah, well, the thing is, it just depends on the type of guy you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, some guys are better at being monogamous because, you know, that's just the energy they're in. You understand what I'm saying? And some guys aren't good at monogamy or better at monogamy because they're just a different type of dude. You understand what I'm saying? And so if you're the type of guy, and see, this is the thing. If you're the type of guy who has like a high sex drive, you're more like assertive and aggressive. You understand what I'm saying? You're most likely going to be the type of guy who is going to be more non-monogamous. You understand what I'm saying? Because you just have more of that energy. If you're the type of guy who's a little bit more like, you know, you're a little bit more subdued, you're just like, okay, I just want like this thing and just kind of like that. Like you just want to keep it in a certain way. A lot of dudes aren't built for non-monogamy. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's more energy and management. But the thing is that the energy and management side of it, you want it because you like the benefits that come from it. You see what I'm saying? So you're like, well, I'll put in the work because I like the benefit. It's almost like the difference between a person who's an entrepreneur and a person that works a job. The entrepreneur is putting in more work, but they get more benefit at the end of the day. You understand? But also there's more responsibility. The worker, they have like, you know, a little bit less worry or a little bit less responsibility and stuff, so they can like coast a little bit, but there's a ceiling. You understand what I'm saying? Of what they can get. You understand? So it's that type of shit. Because, like, for example, if a guy's monogamous and his girlfriend or wife don't want to fuck, he ain't getting no pussy. You understand what I'm saying? But if you're non-monogamous and your girlfriend and wife is not in the mood and she's, you know, sick or whatever it is, you could still fuck. You understand what I'm saying? So, but the thing is that you being able to have that comes with more responsibility. So the benefit of you being able to have that comes with more responsibility, comes with more on your plate. So it's almost like you deserve more because you're putting in more. You understand what I'm saying? But you only are doing that because you're that type of guy. Whereas you have other type of guys that they're not going to be able to handle putting in that much type of energy. You see what I'm saying? So it just is what it is.
Right. And it was something that you had said before about why I function better is that like the energy about it, that I don't have to deal with all of their, you know, getting all their information on me, all of their problems, all of their, you know, ups and downs because it's casual and because it's divvied up with different girls. When we're not serious, I don't have to deal with all that. And vice versa. I'm not dumping on my shit all in them because one, I don't want to.
Right.
And I don't need to.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, that just works so much better to not have to deal with it because I tried it in a marriage, I tried it in a relationship, and it would drive me out of my mind. Whereas like now it dissipates over different women and it's only a certain amount because we're only casual.
Right. Exactly. Now that's some real shit though. That's some real shit. But yeah, you just gotta know the type of guy you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then based off the type of guy you are, then you be like, all right, cool. This is the path I'm taking, or this is the way I want to go at it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. Ask you questions as always. You know, I definitely appreciate your time and information.
Yes, sir. Appreciate the call, brother. Appreciate the call. All right. So, all right, we go to 347 and we're gonna end the show. 347, what's popping? Who this?
Hello, Locario.
What's up? What's going on?
Hello?
Yes, sir. What up?
What's up, man? It's G from Queens.
G from Queens? Say G from Queens.
This is G for Queens What's up?
Nigga, this ain't G from Queens. Let me hit.
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
All right. So listen, guys. You about to head up out of here. Make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership. We get 45 through 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Make sure you guys check that out. Also, make sure that you guys get the Game Kings documentary. Go to mr.locario.com to get it by itself, or if you join the Bad Boy membership, you get it for free. You feel what I'm saying? And yeah, man, that's pretty much it, guys. I will holler at y'all later tonight at 10 p.m. Me and Miles gonna be on, so make sure you check us out. And I'll holler at y'all later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. I'm out.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting something.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, the things you don't know, Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.